to respected Wadlich. German lady, she has been with the Baloch people from a long time, from more than 5-6 years time. She has been in solidarity with us. She has participated in many conferences, many places, and she has written 4 books. She's a lawyer, she's a journalist, she's a politician, and she is also attached with the Baloch think tank that's called Balochistan Project, a US-based think tank. I'm highly thankful to you, madam, for your presence, for your time, for attending this conference and showing your solidarity with the Baloch. Respected Claudia Wadlich, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you very much, Munir Mengal. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we hear you well.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much, dear participants, and also dear respected Munir Mengal. I'm highly grateful that I can present again my views and give my contribution to your fight. The cruel assassination of Hayat Baloch stands for thousands of enforced, tortured and killed Baloch people in Pakistan's kill and dump policies. Thousands still missed and uncounted as well. This issue has been suppressed till today. No media attention, no help by other nations, only silence. The international community fails in helping the Baloch, that Pakistan's army and ISI don't respect the human rights of Baloch and continue their suppression by highly violent means. Baloch fight for their survival. Baloch missing persons have documented thousands of cases. Baloch people went protesting to the streets, but no help from the international community till today. I join respected Munir Mengal's appeals to the Human Rights Council to take practical steps now to ensure that the Pakistani army and the ISI stop enforced abducting, torturing and killing Baloch. I asked the Council to ask European states to participate in the issue into the Council to demand on Islamabad to abandon this policy of enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings, to make way for law and to strengthen the institutions, and not just appeal to Islamabad, as our foreign minister wrote to me years ago, which they have done for years. A community of European states that are represented here in the UN must come together and help the Baloch issue, which has been ignored for years for reasons of geostrategic considerations, of drug routes, of terrorism, or of looting out of resources or to build the CPEC, or any economic ties with Pakistan in the object of effective aid. In case the Pakistani come up with excuses to offer them help on showing to solve the problems in respect of the rights and the human rights and law, but to make it clear that these abductions and murders have to stop and allow a UN team to enter close Balochistan. China should be approached in the same way, since they are building the CPEC through Balochistan and are not supposed to intensify or tolerate the genocide. A lot can be achieved through negotiation when this awareness finally reaches the states represented here in the UN, to stand up for the many thousands of abductees and killed, for the human rights of the Baloch, which the UN Charter promises. It cannot be that humanitarian rights of the Baloch are sacrificed to economic and strategic interests, that the international community is silent about the presentation since years of named cases and repeatedly appealing in many conferences here at UN. Action must now finally follow. It is simply not true that states has to keep the issue secret just because of doing business with Pakistan or is strategically hoping for something. Governments can offer their help in solving the problems if Pakistan cannot abandon the path of violence on its own. Action must finally be taken because Baloch are fighting for their survival. We Europeans are complicit in the suffering of Baloch when we sacrifice them to genocide. The Council must finally prove its right and seek from the European states that are represented here. I appeal again, please act now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, respected Claudia Wadlich. Thank you for your great words. And this is what, we have been trying against CPEC, and the way you presented it and the way you have spoken, particularly against CPEC, the different European platforms. And this is the reality, that this project will not affect only us. The project is going to affect the whole region. And then at international level, it has very bad impacts. Even today, a French Le Point, it's a very well-known newspaper that has written a very big article on that. So that CPEC and